Hello! Welcome to Psychedelic snack number, I don't know, 6 or 7. Who's counting? I'm Dave, and let's see, I was out and about the other day, coming home from work. Glad to be getting home, and I saw that sign that always attracts me. It's the estate sale sign, so I veered in. And a lot of cars, so yeah, it was a pretty good crowd there. I got in, and it looked like yeah, they had a turntable, a great stereo, and they had a stack of records in the family room. So I was like over the moon. I got there, and they were all classical. Wah, 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 wah. So I said, well, let me look around some more, because I collect other stuff, stuff I can sell on eBay and stuff like that. I went into one of the bedrooms, and lo and behold, they had more records in there. So yeah, it was cool. And it was a lot of the stuff that I collect. And with that, the first one I got was Spirit 12 Dreams of Dr. Sardonicus. This is, I think, probably one of the fan favorites from this band. It's, I think it came out in '68. The inside cover is really cool. You got the 5 members of the band on one side. It looks like they're melting in some sort of, I don't know what it is there. And the track listing. On the back, it's kind of weird. It's got a guy, I don't know if he's drunk or dead or what. He's got some beer bottles there next to him, so I don't know what that's about. I've heard that this is on Epic, so I think it's a 79 reissue, maybe. I don't know. But it's a great album. Spirit was a great band. I was actually able to see Spirit in the early 90s. They were still around, but they weren't very popular back then. They played a small bar in St. Augustine, and Randy and Ed Cass were still in the band. Ed Cass, when the band formed, they needed a drummer, and they couldn't find one, so Randy California, who was the guitarist, recruited his father-in-law, Ed Cassidy, who was the bald guy. And and they were still together in the 90s, but both of those gentlemen recently passed away since then. But yeah, check out, any Spirit album you can find is good. Check them out. He was also a crony of Jimi Hendrix, so that's cool also. And next one is really cool. I got the Amboy Dukes. And I don't know if the album title is Marriage on the Rocks or Rock Bottom. I haven't figured that out yet. All I know is this is a great album. It's their 4th album. It came out in, I think, 1970, I believe. And it's just crazy. It's psychedelic, garage. It's hard to explain. It's kind of like, I don't know. You can't even explain it, but it's a great album. I like the Amboy Dukes. Some of their tracks ended up on Ted Nugent's solo live album called Double Live Gonzo. But this has got, one of my favorite tracks on it is Breastfed Gator, and it's on the sleeve was Atco, but it's a Polydor album. Sounds great. I collect all Amboy Dukes and all Ted Nugent, so it's good to have that. And next one was this is a kind of a rare one, I guess. Neil Young, Journey Through the Past. Neil Young made a kind of an art rock documentary film back in the early 70s. And this is a soundtrack to it. It's got footage and tracks from his first 4 bands. I think the Stray Gators, Crosby, Stills and Nash, and the Buffalo Springfield. The album opens up with Buffalo Springfield did a TV appearance where they did like a medley of For What It's Worth and Mr. Soul, and that's the first track. I don't really care for that. It's kind of like a slapdash, and they were lip syncing on that show too, but it's kind of interesting. What I really like about it is the packaging. You open it up and you've got, you've got this cover, and it opens up weird like this, and you get the album, and you get more cool photos, topical photos, I guess, from Neil. And let me get the other side. Really cool packaging, I like it. The album itself, I've never been big on compilations. And you've got really cool packaging on this album. I like that. Yeah, I've yet to see the movie. I don't know if the movie's available. I don't know if it's on Blu-ray. I know that this album apparently was never released on CD. Neil Young probably had something to do with that, but I don't know. Look into it. I'd love to see the movie. It may be available on, I don't know. And next one on my, actually the last one, it's probably my favorite. I found all these for $1.50 at this estate sale, so it was a good deal. I spent $6, found 4 great albums, and with that, I've always been a Donovan fan, and I finally found this one. I had never heard this particular album in its entirety. I heard one track from it, Atlantis. That great song from Donovan is on this. And boy, I tell you, it's a great album. It's a perfect condition. It came out in '69, I believe. That's when Donovan was kind of getting out of folk and getting into more rock type stuff. But I tell you, I was blown away from this. I knew I was in for a good time when I saw that 2 tracks featured the Jeff Beck Group. So you can't get any better than that. It's got a great song, Atlantis, on it. Let's see, I don't know if it's the first pressing. You tell me. This looks like an album that was never played a lot for some reason. I don't know why, because it's a great album. Since I've owned this, I've listened to it 3 times, and I tell you what, it's probably my second favorite Donovan album. I love Hurdy Gurdy. It may be my first favorite. I don't know. Oh yes, and it also contained this. This is a note from Donovan. It's kind of an essay inviting us to take part in his fan club. We've got information down there. I'll take it closer if you want to copy it, if you want to mail in for that information. Just send a self-addressed stamp and the money, and you will get a photo of Donovan, I believe, and a monthly magazine, and I think you also get a membership card. So make sure you send in for that. I know I am. And that's about it. That's all I've got this time around. I hope everybody's having a great spring, and I will say 73s until next time.